The basic construction of a submarine consists of the pressure hull, the tanks which are built around the pressure hull, and the superstructure. The pressure hull, which includes the conning tower, is the principal part. This hull must be watertight and airtight and able to resist the water pressure when submerged. The hull is circular for maximum strength and is reinforced by steel frames over its entire length. Watertight bulkheads with watertight doors subdivide the hull into separate compartments. These compartments contain all the machinery, equipment, and furnishings necessary to operate the submarine. Let's see what each compartment is used for. Amidships is the control room. The control room has the control gear for steering, diving, and operating submerged. One part is generally used as a radio room. This space below the control room is called the pump room. It contains auxiliary machinery. Next to the pump room are spaces for storing food and other supplies. Above the control room, there is usually a conning tower with the 2 periscopes and the fire control equipment. The ship is normally steered from here. Fore and aft of the control room are the battery spaces. They contain the main storage batteries, which supply electrical power for operating the ship when submerged. Above the forward battery space are quarters for officers and for chief petty officers with accommodations for eating. Above the after battery space are the crew's quarters with crew's dinette and galley. This space below the crew's quarters is used as a sonar room. Aft of the crew's quarters are the 2 engine rooms. Each contains 2 main diesel engines and the generators they drive, together with auxiliary equipment. Aft of the engine room is the maneuvering room, which is the electrical control station for propelling the ship. Here are the main motors which drive the propellers. The 2 remaining compartments at either end of the hull are the forward and after torpedo rooms. There are 6 torpedo tubes forward and 4 aft. Each room has a torpedo loading hatch and stowage racks for spare torpedoes and contains bunks for some of the crew. The escape trunks are also located in the torpedo rooms. In this way, the pressure hull of a submarine is divided into compartments, each of which plays an important part in the operation of the ship. Fitted around the pressure hull are the tanks. There are ballast tanks, which control the buoyancy of the boat, and fuel tanks. The main ballast tanks are completely flooded when the boat is submerged. Some of these main ballast tanks are divided into port and starboard tanks. This is a cross-section. The tanks have flood ports open to the sea. The main vent valves control the escape of air when flooding the tanks. These are emergency vent valves. They are used in case of damage to the main vents or to prevent accidental flooding. In order for the submarine to submerge, both sets of vents must be open to flood the tanks. Since the tanks are open to the sea when submerged, the pressure is the same on both sides. Therefore, the outer skin of these and similar tanks is not made as strong as the pressure hull. In order to surface, air under pressure is admitted to blow the water from the tanks. High pressure air at first, followed by low pressure air. These two main ballast tanks operate in the same way, except that they are not divided and have no emergency vents. In addition to the main ballast tanks, there is a group of variable ballast tanks. These are used to control the trim and buoyancy of the submarine. They are the forward trim tank, the after trim tank, two auxiliary tanks, and the forward and after water-round torpedo tanks. These variable ballast tanks are only partly filled, and the seawater can be pumped from one tank to another or to sea. There are also three special-purpose ballast tanks: the bow buoyancy tank, the safety tank, and the negative tank. The bow buoyancy tank is blown to give the boat an up angle. The safety tank can be blown quickly to obtain positive buoyancy. The safety tank, seen here in cross-section, is fitted with flood valves, main vents, emergency vents, inboard vents, and high-pressure blow valves. When the flood valves are shut, this tank can be used as a standby variable ballast tank. The negative tank is a small tank located inside one of the main ballast tanks. It has a flood valve and an inboard vent. For submerging or for a rapid change of depth, this tank is flooded. As the boat approaches the desired depth, the tank is blown and the flood valve is shut. This restores neutral buoyancy. The negative and safety tanks, as well as the variable ballast tanks, are strongly constructed to withstand full submergence pressure. The fuel tanks of the submarine are also fitted around the pressure hull. These tanks contain the fuel oil for the diesel engines. The fuel tanks and the fuel system will be discussed later in this film. We have seen the pressure hull and the tanks which form the outer hull. Now the addition of the superstructure completes the submarine. Here is the bridge, which is the boat's control station when on the surface. The superstructure plating streamlines the bridge, conning tower, and periscope supports. From the deck, hatches lead to various compartments in the pressure hull. Now let's examine the principal equipment and machinery used to operate the submarine. The propelling machinery includes the units which drive the submarine through the water. Most submarines have 4 diesel engines, which are used when the boat is on the surface or snorkeling. Each engine drives its own generator. The generators provide power to the main motors, which in turn drive the propeller shafts. The generators, in addition to supplying power to the main motors, also provide power for charging the main storage batteries. The power is distributed through the main propulsion control cubicle, from where it is sent to motors, to batteries, or to both simultaneously. When submerged and not snorkeling, the main storage batteries provide the power to drive the main motors. These batteries also give power to various electrical auxiliaries and for ship's lighting.